wanted to talk to you about fasting. Fasting is a very powerful tool for you to use to get close to God, to war in the spirit against the enemy, and to gain knowledge, understanding, revelation in the Word of God, in Jesus. And unfortunately, there are far too many people confessing that they are Christians who do not fast, who've never fasted, who've been following Christ for years and never fasted. And I want to encourage you right now, if you haven't done it before, or if you haven't done it in a long time, do it. Do it now. Something that I used to do, and I still do to some degree. I'd put off fasting and put off fasting and put off fasting. And when you want to talk to somebody about something important, but you're nervous about doing it, so you go, well, I know I talked to them today, but it wasn't the right moment. It didn't feel right. It was awkward. I'll wait until the next time. I'll do it when the time is right, when the perfect moment arises. That's when I'll say those words. Well, I want to tell you that perfect time never comes. At some point, you have to step out, be bold, interrupt a conversation, or stop somebody from saying what they're saying to you in order to tell them that important thing. Otherwise, you may go years and never say anything to that person. The thing that you really had on your heart that you wanted to say will never get expressed. Fasting is just like that. Seeking God in that way is just like that. There is no perfect time to fast. If you're putting it off to wait for that moment when, everything aligns and everything is perfectly set up for you to fast, hang it up. You're just not going to do it. So anyway, what I want to say is, if you're like me, it's a go or no go for launch. When the rocket's on the pad and all the preparation has been there and it's done, and all the people involved with making this thing happen in order to launch have done their jobs and they're standing by ready. And they start going through all of the systems, each one of those systems to launch a craft has to give that last final go or no go for launch. So for me, it's like that. Once that button is pushed, all engines are ablaze, okay? But if you're not like me, you can start slow. You can do a few hours of fast with a specific, I'm going to pray for 3 hours and not eat or drink, or I'm not going to have any food for that 3 hours, or whatever it is. You can start with a baby step and build your way up. I personally, even in here, I couldn't do it before I tried to physically do it. There was no way for me to just half step into fasting. The first time I fasted, Pastor Jimmy Griffith was talking to me one day about fasting, and I hadn't really heard of it, I guess, or thought about it much. But after our conversation, I said, I'm going to do that. And I fasted all day with no food and no water. And that night we went over to his house for a Bible study, and I was sick, and they gave me water, and I threw up. And so to some degree, I didn't want to fast again after that. But at the same time, I started to kind of get the idea that I'm a go or no go kind of guy. So when I fast now, I have a plan. I already know how I'm going to do it, and I do it. And I don't overexert myself if I'm not taking food. So that's what happened that first day. I got really sick and threw up because I had been working hard all day, kind of to avoid hunger, really, but I didn't take in any calories. So by the end of the day, I was really hurting. Anyhow, fasts can come in all shapes and sizes. Fasts can include activities, right? Fasts can include not doing certain things on purpose so that you can reach God, so that you can call out to God in a new way. And for instance, my wife likes to fast for a long period, maybe 3 weeks, but she'll fast from morning till 5 or 6 in the evening, and then have a light dinner. So she's not fasting full all 24 hours most of the time. She has her own way that works for her. And over a good period, like 30 days, she gets a lot done in the spirit. And she hears a lot from God in that way. And so I want to encourage you. If you're a go or no go kind of person, beware that first time you may overdo it. But be a go or no go person. Just do that. Now I know the only fast that I'm willing to really participate in is no food. And I'll go no food for 7 days or 9 days or whatever. And in this case, and recently I was going to go 14 days until God told me on day 3 that I didn't need to fast anymore for that reason that I started the fast. So it's an encouragement to you. Just do it. Figure out what works for you. Figure out the things that you need to put aside and the time that you want to do it, and just do it. If you want to start low and slow, do that. If you're a go, no-go kind of person, do that, but do it with precautions. All right? Don't overdo it and hurt yourself. It's not worth it. But to seek God and find Him is worth fasting every single day of the year if you have to. All right? So God bless you guys. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next time.